In this video, we're gonna make an Artifiend build. My goal is to explore options and hopefully discover what flagship warlock looks like. I probably won't find it because I'm going fiend, but regardless, let's just make something powerful and fun. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where I'm just having fun. That's the entire video. I haven't built anything for a while. It's just been regular work stuff rather than character creation, you know? Let me be Mr. D4 for a while. I was honestly thinking of streaming this, but I don't know if you would be interested. Anyways, let's get started. Wood Elf. We have 35-foot movement speed, and at level 5 we get Pass Without Trace, which is very good on a Warlock. It will help the party stay hidden and get advantage on their initiative rolls, and hopefully provide the enemies disadvantage on their initiative rolls. Our keen sense is Insight. The real reason why we're picking Elf is because Trance. We only need 4 hours of sleep. As soon as we wake up, we scribe hex scrolls or craft magic items. We're a warlock, we need as many resources as we possibly can in case we can't take a short rest for whatever reason. Background, the skills we pick are stealth and sleight of hand. We'll be stealthing a lot, don't forget about that. As for the tools, do not skip them in optimization, they're really important. We're gonna pick up a lot of them. The first one we're grabbing is Calligrapher. We need it for scribing. I already talked about that. Every warlock crafts scrolls when they can. Feat pick, musician. It's to encourage our friends to short rest more often. We're a warlock. Giving out heroic inspiration like this is really powerful. If there's a party member already with this feat, then go magic initiate and pick up shield. Point buy, we're going 8 strength, 14 dexterity, 14 con, 13 intelligence, 8 wisdom, and 17 charisma. +1 goes to intelligence, +2 goes into charisma. The 13 intelligence is for the Artificer multiclass. Now let's move on to our first level. Artificer. We want proficiency in Constitution, medium armor, and shield. We also want to be able to craft more stuff for versatility. So we pick up Tinker's tools and Woodcarver's tools. Skill picks are Arcana and Perception. The Arcana is really important. If you don't have that, then you can't craft magic items. With Tinker's tools, I do recommend making ball bearings for your familiar to use when you get the familiar. Who knows, maybe enemies will slip on them. Littering is pretty good in this game. Quite underrated, especially at low levels. Cantrips, message and guidance. Spell pick, absorb elements and cure wounds. The Artificer list is terrible at the beginning of tier 1. We're most likely just helping people with circle casting if it's beneficial for the party, and if circle casting is allowed. If the druid wants me to hold concentration for entangle or whatever, I'll absolutely do it. Now for our equipment. For the sake of speed, I'm just gonna be generalizing here. Get a light crossbow, dagger, shield, and the best medium armor you can get. Then from there, bullseye lantern and oil. Also get calligrapher supplies. Making scrolls is very cheap. By level 2, you can make Cure Wound Scrolls or Hex Scrolls. For first level, we're going to be relying on our weapons a lot. After that, we're going to Eldritch Blast. We're terrible at our job right now, but we'll be fine. I bet you'll have like 3 encounters and then you'll level up. By the way, this video is sponsored by Describe. Surprise! I haven't talked about them in years. For those that don't know, Describe helps dungeon masters optimize prep, play, and immersion through fancy descriptions written by professional writers, and they have professional musicians work on sounds and music. There's no AI. This is human optimization with passion. This is real stuff with quality and love. They've been making content before AI was even a thing. Last time I talked about Describe, Opus was basically an alpha. Now it's become a Tarrasque. There's over 7,000 music, sounds, effects, and ambience tracks by Michael Gelfi. This guy is a reward-winning musician in the tabletop space. I'm going to be playing a lot of his stuff throughout this entire video. The app itself functions kind of like a Spotify, but for tabletop gamers. Cool, the app was made by gnomes! Gator, don't worry, that's just the dev's name. He might not actually be a gnome. Anyways, now this is really cool. This was not a thing before. Opus works on Discord via Kenku FM now, which makes it really easy to play music, ambience, or sounds to your players. Or you can do all of them at the same time. Opus is really fancy like that. You can layer a ton of sounds together. I'm gonna check out the Discord thing on my free time. Anyways, I absolutely recommend checking out Describe. These guys are super duper talented. This is top stuff. Even people from Wizards of the Coast have worked with them. Link in the description. The Pack Tactics link still works. You can try Opus and stuff, and if you really like it, use the code Pack Tactics for 10% off your first subscription. Man, this was a crazy ad. This was like seeing an old friend. They were one of the first people to sponsor me. Anyways, back to the video. Now for level 2, Warlock 1. Invocation is Pact of the Chain. We'll be using the Sprite. It has the highest stealth, and it can become invisible. Spell picks: Eldritch Blast, Toll the Dead, Hex, and Hideous Laughter. If we see flying enemies, we can make them laugh and take fall damage. I actually think you'll be casting Cure Wounds the most, and making those kind of scrolls. Not really Hex, but who knows. You gotta admit, Short Rest Cure Wounds is kinda sick. Even though Intelligence is your modifier for the Cure Wounds, unfortunately. Now for level 3, Warlock 2, we're picking up Agonizing Blast and Otherworldly Leap. If there's a party member with Spike Growth, I would pick up Repelling Blast instead of Leap. The awesome thing about Leap is jump is at will, which provides a lot of mobility for us to get into cover and all that jazz. And it's not requiring our concentration. I will still consider getting a mount like a riding horse, but I'm going all in on the crafting. Spell pick, Unseen Servant if no one has it. It's for triggering traps. By the way, don't forget you have Magical Cunning, that's more ammo. Now for crafting, you probably have some money by now, so I recommend crafting a manifold tool. It costs 50 gold in raw material, and it takes 5 days. If you have a friend with Arcana, they can help you and it'll take 2.5 days. That's not bad, and remember, you're an elf, which means you can cut a lot of the time in the night. Once you get the manifold tool, use the Sphinx of Wonder from now on. Make them craft magic items all night long. When you wake up from your 4-hour sleep, help the cat make whatever to speed up the time. Where you are in the crafting time might be confusing from there, so talk to your DM. If it's too confusing, have the cat continue craft and you craft something else. You can make something easy like a spell scroll or something. You're going to be using a lot of money, but if you get a quarterstaff of warning early for someone, then that's fantastic. You can also go for the Rod of the Pact Keeper if you want. Level 4, Warlock 3, we go Fiend. We get Dark One's Blessings, it's okay. I just wanted to go Fiend because I want Command, Suggestion, Fireball, and Wall of Fire really. I recommend making command scrolls from now on if you make scrolls. Spell pick, Spider Climb so we can walk upside down in dungeons so enemies can't reach us if the room is high enough. Tons of utility there. Climb up, shoot down, easy. Level 5, Warlock 4. Feat pick is Warcaster. We secure our concentration further for circle casting or whatever we're doing. We also improve charisma. Cantrip pick, Blade Ward. If you're out of resources and have nothing else to concentrate on, spam Blade Ward out of combat. The attacker subtracts 1d4 from their attack roll. That's all attacks, by the way. Spell pick, Mirror Image. This is in case we're the one who has to do the doorway dodging for whatever reason. We will be picking up the shield spell later, which will improve this further. By the way, you have Pass Without Trace now. If you never got that quarterstaff of warning, then Pass Without Trace is a good spell to concentrate on. Level 6, Warlock 5, Repelling Blast and Gaze of Two Minds. Gaze of Two Minds is broken. It helps us snipe around corners while we're in cover. Spell pick, Hunger Vidar. Enemies in the AoE are blinded, while we're not. We can see them from the outside, which means we'll have advantage on our attack rolls, while they have disadvantage on their attack rolls. This AoE also does damage over time and causes difficult terrain. This is amazing to combo with other spellcasters like Druid. If they put down plant growth on the ground, it's over for the enemies. You'll basically microwave them. Hunger of Adar is an incredible spell, but right now at level 6, we'll be spamming Fireball for a while because this is where the Fireball is at its best. Also change Spider Climb to Fly. Fly is better. Level 7, Artificer 2 actually. Surprise! We get Replicate Magic item. We're going to create Cast Off Half Plate Armor and +1 Shield. If you already have better armor than that, then obviously create something else. I recommend Bag of Holding and Spell Rot Tattoo, and then pick Gift of Alacrity from there. When you get the tattoo, you can pick any spell off your list, by the way, in case you didn't know. As for spell pick, Featherfall. We have Fly. Level 8, Artillerist 3. Since we already have Woodcarvers, we're going Smith's Tools. When we craft wands, it takes half the time. So we should be creating a Wand of Fireball. This costs 2,000 gold and will take us 25 days to make. With aid, it's halved again to 12.5, which isn't going to take that much time because of our cat and our 4-hour sleep schedule. Once we get that wand, we've basically solved our problems. Another thing we can craft is a Rod of Pact Keeper, which I talked about before. I should have probably mentioned Enspelled weapons too, like Enspelled Quarterstaff. A Healing Word Quarterstaff is really good. If you can make one with wands, which is technically not rules as written, then do that instead. That's technically homebrew, but I'm pretty sure your DM is going to allow that. The reason why I say that is because Tools of the Trade only applies to wands, not quarterstaffs. Anyways, we have our Force Ballistic Cannons we can fire as a bonus action. That's more damage. And we finally have the shield spell now. I know that's super late, but we haven't really had that much of a defense problem. We've had medium armor and shield for a while. I think it's more important to get the basics and then charge for the 3rd level spells and then secure everything else. And now for spell picks, it doesn't really matter. Pick a ritual. We should vary from Fireball and Hunger of Adar from here, by the way. You'll know when they're effective, it's not that hard. If your friends are doing a combo, then go for Hunger of Adar. If there's a choke point, go for Hunger of Adar. You get the point. Level 9, Warlock 6, you get Dark One's Own Luck. This is a 1d10 bonus to ability checks or saving throws, which you can do a number of times equal to your charisma mod. Regain on a long rest. Save this for the important saves, like things that can shut you down or stuff that does a lot of damage to you, like Dragon's Breath. Using this feature doesn't require an action. It's a free activation, so you can combine it with absorb elements. That's awesome. I've forgotten how good Fiend Warlock is now. They've always been really good, but I forgot they got boosted. I'm DMing for a straight Fiend Warlock. His name is Carthage. He gave cigarettes to monkeys recently. Anyway, spell pick, Dispel Magic. Swap Unseen Servant with Hypnotic Pattern. Amazing AoE shutdown spell. It will shine from time to time. I'm a very big Hypnotic Pattern enjoyer. Level 10, Warlock 7. Pick Lessons of the First, and we're gonna pick up Alerts to boost our initiative. Spells, we have Wall of Fire now. That's really good. Remember, you can do zigzags with it. For more information about that, check out this video. Anyways, if there's a wizard with Wall of Force, then we're going Sickening Radiance to help him out. If not, we're picking up Banishment. It's an okay spell. We need it for the next level too, because we're going to summon Greater Demon from time to time. Level 11, Warlock 8. Feat pick is Fate Touched. We get a free cast of Misty Step and we have it prepared. The spell we're gonna pick is Gift of Alacrity to improve our initiative further. Since we're a warlock, it's super easy to buff our friends and then take a short rest. That's pretty sweet. The feat is helping everybody and also they get heroic inspiration. Spell pick, Summon Greater Demon. This is a very dangerous spell. Summon the Balgura behind enemy lines and then let them go ham. You can drop concentration and summon another one if you're feeling ballsy, but I don't recommend it. Well, if your team has banishment, then it's probably okay. Speaking of banishment, that banishment from earlier is the emergency button. The demon might succeed against the save, but you have a super high chance of banishing it. They have a -1 charisma save with no proficiency or magic resistance. Your DC is like what, 16? And they have a -1 charisma. They have a 15% 100% chance of succeeding the save. The numbers are highly in your favor. If you want more information about Summon Greater Demon, check out this video. I highly recommend it because I go over a vast amount of detail there. Level 12, Warlock 9. Lessons of the first ones again. We pick up the lucky feet. We'll be using them on saving throws, more defense. With Dark One's blessings and heroic inspiration, which we get all the time, we're gonna make everything. Spell pick, Hypnotic Static. This is our new fireball. It also provides an awesome debuff too. I love this spell. Level 13, Warlock 10, Fiendish Resistance. You can short rest and change the resistance. This is awesome against dragons and stuff because they're so predictable. Anyways, usually the safest option is the BPS. I would go for slashing personally. If there's a lot of giants, for example, go for bludgeoning. If there's a lot of ranged attacks, then probably go piercing. Just pay attention to what comes up the most. Spell picks, Magic Stone, and swap Hideous Laughter to Dance Macabre. These two spells combo super well together to do a lot of single target damage. For more information about that, check out this video. We're not really optimizing too hard with this, but we'll still do a lot of damage. Level 14, Warlock 11. We finally get another pact slot. We have 3. Quite the painful progression, huh? Anyways, we get Mystic Arcanum. We can only cast a 6th level spell once without expending a spell slot. Regain on a long rest. Mass Suggestion is sadly not an option anymore, so we're gonna go for Scatter. You can pick 5 creatures and teleport them to an unoccupied space you can see within 120 feet. If you pick enemies, they have to make a wisdom saving throw. So if something went horribly wrong, you can reset the battlefield with this and get your friends away. Or you can select enemies and put them into AoEs. You can shove some enemies into Wall of Force too, by the way. That way you can force them into a squeeze. The other spell we're gonna pick is Planar Binding. I feel like I made a mistake in the build. We should have picked this up earlier. That way we could have enslaved Summon Greater Demon. But anyways, whatever. I got so excited about Hypnotic Static. But yeah, you can use this on your Summon Greater Demon, by the way. Your party can knock the Balgura unconscious. That's just one example. For more detail, check out the Planar Binding video. Level 15, Warlock 12. Feet pick, Mage Slayer. We improve our dexterity to 15. Kobold, why did you pick this? You're not maxing out your charisma. Guarded Mind is legendary resistance, that's why. I know we're insane at saves already, but I want more. These saves are so scary at this level. Also, when we do damage to casters with our EB or whatever, they roll with disadvantage to maintain concentration. Hopefully it's subtracted even more because of our Hypnotic Static. The caster enemies are such a big deal at this level, so we gotta do something about it. We can't let them do anything. We also get an invocation. We pick Devil's Sight so we can see in darkness. We'll pick up the spell next level. We don't get anything here. I don't think we'll ever use the spell, but we have it though. The Devil's Sight is just in case the enemies cast darkness. Level 16, Warlock 13, we pick Darkness. And for our Mystic Arcanum, it's time for Force Cage, baby. It's one of the best spells in the game. No save shutdown. You put a box around the enemies. Keep in mind it has component cost and requires concentration though. That's a new thing. It's still Wall of Force's bigger brother. Level 17, we're at endgame now. Warlock 14, we get our subclass capstone, Hurl Through Hell. Once per turn when you hit them with your Eldritch Blast or your Magic Stones, you can force them to make a charisma saving throw. On a fail, they are sent to hell until the end of your next turn, and they take 8d10 psychic damage. It's a long rest resource. You can use a pack slot to get it back, but it's not worth it unless you short rest early and have nothing else to do. You most likely do though, because getting everybody Gift of Alacrity is just better. Good feature though, we'll absolutely use it. This is the only thing we get at this level. Level 18, Warlock 15, Invocation, we pick Witch Sight. We get True Sight of 30 feet. The Mystic Arcanum pick is Befuddlement. It can completely ruin a spellcaster if it lands. They won't be able to cast spells. Spell pick, Contact Other Plane. We can use it to find anything in the game really. For more information about that, check out this video. Level 19, Warlock 16, we pick an epic boon. We're grabbing the Night Spirits because it's the best part of Gloomstalker. And we get resistance when in dim light and darkness too. We also cap out our charisma finally. Now for level 20, Warlock 17, we pick up True Polymorph. We can turn our friends into adult silver dragons, if they need it. And from there, they can stun breath. Easy, that's the build. Looking back, I should have investigated the invocations more, but still, very powerful build regardless. If I was playing this, I would think more about my magic item crafting, and I would be thinking about planar binding more. Those are the only two differences I notice right now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was fun. I haven't made a build for a while. End the video. Me and Describe hope to earn your subscription. Man, these assets I have are so old. This was a trip for me. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.